Okay, so today we'll discuss about the journal entries in purchase order. Okay, can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let's Gupta.
లేదా నీకు ఒకసారి 2 devices లో జాయిన్ అవ్వాల్సి ఉంటుంది లైక్ మొబైల్ సిస్టమ్ రెండు.
చూస్తాను మొబైల్లో లాగిన్
ఎప్పుడు డైలీ మొబైల్ సిస్టమ్ రెండు లాగిన్ చేసి పెట్టేసుకో, ఎందుకంటే ఒకసారి మొబైల్లో కనబడుతుంది, ఒకసారి సిస్టంలో కనబడుతుంది. నీకు సిద్ధార్థ్
శ్రీనివాస్
స్క్రీన్ కనబడుతుందా?
కనిపిస్తుంది.
ఇప్పుడు కనబడుతుందా సంతోష్?
కనిపిస్తుంది శ్రీనివాస్.
సంతోష్ నీకు? హలో,
ఇది చెప్తా ఉండు, కొంచెం చూస్తాను, అవ్వకపోతే చెప్తారు. ఇది అవ్వటం లేదు, బ్లాంక్ ఉంది. షేరింగ్ మోడ్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయింది, నేమ్స్ అన్ని పైకి వచ్చేసినాయి, బట్ స్క్రీన్ అంతా బ్లాంక్ గా కనిపిస్తుంది.
2 డివైస్లు మొబైల్ ల్యాప్టాప్
రెండిట్లో అట్లా ఉంది. వైఫై ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఏమవుతాను.
చూడు, ఆడియో అయితే వింటుండు, తర్వాత 2-3 టైమ్స్ రీజాయిన్ అవ్వు, తెలుస్తుంది.
సరే గుర్తు.
So we have already discussed about how to create a purchase order, right? So while creating the purchase order, we have got multiple. So we have multiple stages, that is GRN and invoicing. So these are 2 stages. One is creating the purchase order, and after that we'll be receiving the goods, right? One. So as discussed, while creating a purchase order, there is no journal entry. Do you remember where did we link these journal ledger accounts? In inventory, we have linked these ledger accounts, right? So whenever you receive a goods, right, there will be an increase in the asset. Hello, you're on mute లో ఉన్నారు. సంతోష్ mute చేస్తావు? So whenever there is an increase in the asset, the journal entry will be inventory received or cost of materials account will be debited. Sorry, clear with this one? Why are we debiting this one? Hello?
You are receiving, right? So it will be debited.
Yes. And this is the main account that we have created in the inventory. Yesterday we have linked, right, few main accounts. So these main accounts will be creating, and these main accounts will be added over there. So once we receive an inventory, it will be debited. And since we have not paid, we have not even received an invoice, and also we have not even paid any prepayment, cash or check, nothing. So we'll have to show it in a liability, right? Still we have to show it as a liability, we need some account. So for that purpose, we will credit this one to accrued purchases. So till the time you receive an invoice, you'll have to show it in somewhere. So in a few scenarios, we'll call it as a clearing account also, right? So there will be a separate clearance account. So instead of clearance account, we'll call it as a accrued purchase here. So that means still you receive an invoice, this account will be credited, whatever the balance, right? For example, if you pull the accrued purchases report, whatever the balance that is showing, that we'll have to supposed to pay to the vendors. So once you receive an invoice. So are you clear with this journal entry? Hello?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Because during an interview, they'll clearly ask you the reason why this journal entry is being posted. What is the reason? How did you link these main accounts? So your answer should be very simple. See, we have linked these main accounts in the inventory. So that's the reason these main accounts are getting debited and credited. And also, since it is in liability, we are supposed to show it as a liability, right? For that purpose, we'll be crediting this account. So now I'll show you how does it looks for the already posted purchase orders will be there, right? So we'll try to see the posted one. For example, we'll go to the invoiced any purchase orders here. Even in our first class also we have discussed, but now you'll be able to connect all those dots, because I have not discussed about how to link these main accounts. For example, we have received these products, right? Under receive, under journals, click on the receipt. Yeah. Now click on vouchers. Now can you see here? For example, let me minimize this one. So just focus only on this one. Account name, currency also you can ignore, amount you can ignore, all these things. Okay. So if you see here, account name is nothing but we have created a ledger account. Posting type we have selected in the inventory. Now if I'll show you the posting types in inventory. Under inventory management, under item model, under inventory again, let me just collapse and see. For example, under setup, under inventory, item model group is there, right? So here we have given all the main accounts, not here, item groups. So here in item groups, for example, for this particular product, whatever it is showing, right? So for this particular product, let's say for assuming that the voucher is related to audio products. So if you see the purchase order, yes. So these are the accounts which we have, which they have given. For example, account type is, it is like an heading, but main account can be different name. You need not to give the same zip payment. For example, if you see it, what is the main account they have given? It is taking some time to load. Can you see it? Prepaid expenses. See, account type is different. Main account is different. It is just a short form, or let's say, this prepayment, whatever the transaction that you're doing with regards to the prepayment, right? Those will be accounted to this particular prepaid other expenses account. Also, if you see here, landed cost goods in transit, this will not we haven't used. And for example, cost of purchased materials received. So this cost of purchased materials. Hello. So whenever you receive these products, right? Cost of purchased materials is nothing but you haven't received an invoice. You have just received the products. That's all. That means there is an increase in asset, right? For that particular purpose, uh, even though terminology, the account type is called as a cost of purchased materials invoiced, but in general, we will call it as a inventory received, right? So, for example, if you see the main account name is finished goods inventory. In a ledger account, we'll call it as a finished goods inventory. But if you see here, account name is showing as a, like, here they have they have created multiple accounts here. So for that purpose, like, raw materials inventory you can give, or purchased goods. If you are using a finished goods, you can give it as a finished goods here, finished goods inventory. Similarly, if you go here, this is after we will be receiving an
Hello?
invoice, right?
నీ స్క్రీన్ మొత్తం
Hello.
బ్లర్ వస్తుంది.
బ్లర్ అయింది బ్రో, స్క్రీన్ బ్లర్ అయింది.
హలో
ఒక్క నిమిషం.
హలో
అది నీ వాయిస్ క్లారిటీగా వినిపిస్తుంది కానీ స్క్రీన్ మొత్తం బ్లర్ అయింది.
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉంది స్క్రీన్. హలో.
ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం బెటర్ బ్రో. లేదు బ్రో, క్లారిటీగా లేదు.
హలో
అసలు లేదా క్లారిటీగా?
ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది.
క్లియర్ ఉందా స్క్రీన్?
ఇప్పుడు ఉంది.
So if you see here, cost of purchased materials invoiced. For this particular account also, they have given a separate main account. Same, finished goods inventory. So because whenever you receive in goods, right, you will be, whenever you receive an invoice, you will have to reverse the journal entry, that purpose. And if it's for purchase accrual, given separate main account. Hello.
బ్లర్ అవుతుంది శ్రీనివాస్.
అవును. ఇప్పుడు
ఏం చేంజెస్ ఏం లేవు, సేమ్ అట్లే ఉంది.
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే.
క్లియర్ ఉంది స్క్రీన్ ఇప్పుడు. హలో.
అంటే క్లియర్ గా ఉంటుంది కానీ మళ్ళీ బ్లర్ అయిపోతుంది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా. అంటే ఇట్లా సాఫ్ట్ గా లేదు స్క్రీన్. బ్లర్ అంటే స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది కానీ అది ఏమంటారు, వర్డ్స్ మొత్తం బ్లర్ అవుతుంది లోపల.
ఇప్పుడు
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్గా ఉందా?
ఉంది.
Okay. So this is the journal entry for GRN, inventory received or cost of materials received. So both will be same. It depends on the practice that is being followed by the company. They can give as an inventory received or cost of purchasing materials received or finished goods entry, finished goods, anything. But you remember this is the journal entry. Then what is the next step? We'll be receiving an invoice, right? Invoice from the vendor. So whenever you receive an invoice, you will see the above journal entry will be reversed here. For example, okay, before reversing the journal entry, what is the, in general, whenever you receive an in products and invoice both at a time, what is its simple journal entry that is purchases to accounts payable, right? AP account. But since we have already, there's a journal entry which is already there, which is in clearance account, we'll have to reverse this account. For example, if you reverse this account, because if you don't reverse this account, then the balances will not be matched, right? For that purpose, first we'll have to reverse that one. That is accrued purchases account data. Yeah. So once you reverse this particular journal entry, so it is nullified. So GRN entry and the GRN entry is nullified. This now you will have to show the balance in your vendor account, right? So for that purpose, we'll post a new entry that is purchases. Instead of purchases, what is we will call it as a inventory invoiced. Or cost of materials invoiced to accounts payable. Or sometimes you can even see it is called as a vendor balance account. So are you clear with this journal entry? Sometimes instead of inventory received during GRN, you can even see inventory received uninvoiced. There are such, because it is we have not received an invoice, right? You can even see even this name as well. Are you clear this journal entry? Do you have any doubts here? Hello? Hello? Can someone respond?
Hello.
Yes, Srinivas.
It's clear.
So if you're clear with these journal entries, then we can see in purchase order itself. For example, if you go to the purchase order, you can see here. So instead of raw materials one, we'll go to any other purchase order. Let's say for this particular product, we'll see what is the journal entry. Can you see here? Tangible fixed assets account data to accrued purchases is the account name. Received but not invoiced. So if you see here, it will be very clear for you. See the account names, you can give any account. That's a different. But if you see the posting type, this is important. Cost of purchased materials received, account data to purchase accrual. This is a journal entry, right? The cost of they have given as a purchased material. So you can see different names, cost of materials received or purchased materials, anything. Two accounts, purchases, accrued purchases. Posting type is in purchase accrual. Now we'll see the invoice one here. Actually, for this purchase order, we tried to invoice, but it was throwing an error. We'll see if it is done, then we should be able to see that one. I think I have some net issues, or I don't know why it is taking so much time. Same error. It is not allowing me to post for any reason. You see it. Even the status also updated as a confirmed here, received here. See the journal entry for which is already posted. Yes, can you see here? Yeah. So don't get confused with the retained earnings or tangible fixed assets or anything. Just focus on the journal entry what we have posted here. Though the names they might have given for different products. If the product is something related to raw materials, then they will give it the account name as a raw materials, or if it is a fixed assets, they'll give it as a fixed assets. But if you see here, this entry as per the invoice, this entry has to be reversed, right? Accrued purchases account data to inventory received or cost of materials received. or uninvoiced one. So for example, if you see here, accrued purchase has to be debited. Yeah. See, the purchase accrual, this entry has been debited here. And what inventory received or cost of materials received, uninvoiced. The cost of materials received, can you see here? This is being credited. That means they have nullified. This GRN entry has been reversed here. And then what is the next entry? Inventory invoiced has to be debited, and the accounts payable, that is called vendor balance. Can you see here? Vendor balance has been credited, and inventory invoiced. Can you see here? Cost of purchased materials invoiced. Cost of purchased materials has been debited, and vendor balance has been credited. So do you have any doubts here? See, there are multiple entries. The reason might be there are there are multiple products they might have used, or for any reason it may be. But this is the general entry. Whenever you post any purchase order, in GRN, this entry has to be there, and invoice, these two entries should be there. So now we have a balance in accounts payable, right? We have received an invoice, and invoice has been given for that particular inventory and in accounts payable. So once you do the payment, what is the journal entry? Can someone tell me? What is the journal entry while after this one, once you start doing the payment? Hello? Are you there? హలో సిద్ధార్థ్ సంకర్షణ్ ఉన్నారా? మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నారా?
శ్రీనివాస్
వినబడుతుందా వాయిస్?
వినిపిస్తుంది శ్రీనివాస్.
వాయిస్ అదే పిలుస్తుంటే ఎవరు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోతే?
వినిపిస్తుంది.
సంకర్షణ్ హలో.
బ్రో అది నాకు ఇక్కడ సిగ్నల్ నెట్ కొంచెం ఇష్యూ ఉంది బ్రో, అందుకని లైక్ వాయిస్ కొంచెం క్లారిటీగా అనిపిస్తుంది. స్క్రీన్ ఎవరికన్నా
హలో, వినబడుతోంది ఇప్పటిదాకా చెప్పింది?
బ్రో వినిపిస్తుంది, కానీ స్క్రీన్ మొత్తం బ్లర్.
హలో హలో సిద్ధార్థ్.
శ్రీనివాస్
వినిపిస్తుంది.
అదే ఇది ఎంట్రీ ఏంది అని అడుగుతున్నా. నేను ఎంట్రీ ఏంది అని అడుగుతున్నా అప్పటి నుంచి.
రిపీట్ చేయండి.
అదే అది అడుగుతుంది, ఎవరు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోతే ఎంట్రీ ఏంది అని అడుగుతున్నా అప్పటి నుంచి. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఎంట్రీస్ అర్థమైనాయి? ఇక్కడ జిఆర్ఎన్ ది, తర్వాత ఇన్వాయిస్ ది.
అర్థమైంది.
ఇప్పుడు తర్వాత పేమెంట్ ఎంట్రీ ఏమొస్తుంది మామూలుగా? ఇప్పుడు అకౌంట్స్ పేబుల్ లో బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉంది. సో ఇప్పుడు బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ లో డెబిట్ ద్వారా పే చేస్తుంటే ఎంట్రీ ఏమొస్తుంది అంటే
బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ లో
అకౌంట్స్ బ్యాంక్.
ఇప్పుడు అకౌంట్స్ పేబుల్ లో బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉంది కదా,
అకౌంట్స్ పేబుల్ టు బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ వస్తుంది.
అంతే. సో ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు పర్చేజ్ ఆర్డర్ ప్రాసెస్ అనేది అర్థమైందా? ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఏమేమి ఎంట్రీస్ వస్తాయి, ఎందుకు రివర్స్ అవుతాయని?
బ్రో అర్థమైంది.
అంతే. సో ఈ పర్చేజ్ ఆర్డర్‌ది మీరు ఒకసారి డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ పర్చేజ్ ఆర్డర్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి ఖచ్చితంగా ఈ ఎంట్రీస్ అనేది ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడే ఎందుకంటే కంపల్సరీ క్వెషన్ ఇది ఇంటర్వ్యూలో. సో ఇది క్లియర్ అవ్వకపోతే ఇంకోసారి చెప్తాను. ఇంకోసారి మీరైతే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి.